All right, welcome back. It is overhead press day. That's the primary movement. And then I've got secondary deadlifts today, which is supposed to be deficit deadlifts. But because of my hip pain, I am changing that to paused deadlifts. Hip is still doing good. Doing the lower volume the second half of last week, and then yesterday seems to be working for me. So I'm going to continue on that path. I'm sticking with the normal programmed volume for upper body. Just any of the movements that seem like they could irritate my hip, I'm cutting some of the volume out of that. So let's start overhead pressing. I have the same weight as last week on the bar, but I am shooting for one additional rep, and then the last set is an AMRAP, which is how this program usually plans their main compound lifts. So I'll sort of test my strength on the last set and see what I can hit today. Okay, feeling pretty good so far. I've got 4 sets today. Alright, I just did my 3rd set and it was moving pretty slow, so we'll see if I can get more than 7 on this set. All right, 10. Man, overhead press is so slow to increase. Paused deadlift time. I am keeping the weight the same as last week. It went well last week. I'm going to try to increase my reps a little. Okay, not too bad. I felt like I was leaning forward too much again. Last set, only 2 to be kind to my hip. Gonna focus on leaning my weight back a little more and wedging my hips into the bar. That's something that's a mental issue with me right now. It's because pushing the hips forward is what used to really hurt. So I'm trying to get past that thought. Okay. Next superset is good mornings and cable pullovers. Those have been out of the program for a few weeks. All right, back to the same old game of trying to get my triceps to not do all the work. That wasn't too bad. You know, I forgot I usually like to pause and squeeze when my arms are back. I forgot to do that. I'll have to do that on the next set. I'm still going pretty light on these good mornings. Again, in favor of my hip, just working my way to higher and higher reps. quite a few reps in reserve, honestly. This time, I'm gonna pause to really work on that lat activation. Okay, final exercise group, hamstring curls and lateral raises. I feel like I'm right borderline of being able to move up in weight on lateral raises. I say that, but then every time I watch myself back, I think I'm having weird form, so maybe not. That's 24, I think. Should I try a higher weight? I feel like it's too much of a leap going from 10 to 15 still. I'm sticking with 10 pounds. One more week. Try to keep my form better. And I kind of like the really high reps. Next week I'll try 15 pounds. It's that right shoulder that starts going weird. Oh boy. All right, that is it for today. My plan is to take a rest day tomorrow, and then it'll be the last few days of the garage gym competition going on. So I've decided to split up the lifts. You can do them all in one day, or you can do your squat, bench, and deadlift on different days. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna kind of follow how my program is laid out. Thursday is squat and bench, I guess it is. So I will do a top set basically of squat and bench and submit that for the garage gym competition. And then Friday will be my primary deadlift day. So again, I'll just take a gentle top 1 rep set on that one and submit that as well. Looking forward to it. I hope it'll be more than 135 pounds on the deadlift. Have I done more than that? I've done like 155, I think, is what I'm doing, right? Yeah, but just gotta remind myself to not go all out on this, or I'm gonna hurt myself again. But I feel pretty confident now on submitting a moderate a moderate rep for each of those exercises. That'll be all for me.